Previously on Asian Air Safari, we had a great time visiting these landmarks from the Old Testament. But now, we are on a long road trip to one of Turkey's most beautiful provinces, Cappadocia. Driving long distances is usually a chore for me, but here in Turkey, driving is a pleasure. It seems everywhere you look, there is something wondrous to see. And we needed to take occasional breaks to give our legs a chance to stretch.
It's been an 8-hour drive from Kata to Cappadocia, and this is a good spot to stretch my legs because behind me is Mount Erciyes, and this is how it all started.
Mount Erciyes is an extinct volcano in the Anatolian Plateau. It's the 5th highest point in Turkey and is constantly covered in snow. It is said that the whole Anatolian Plateau was once an ocean, and when Mount Erciyes erupted 3 million years ago, it created this whole region. Today, it is used as a haven for winter sports such as skiing and snowboarding. Once you see the famous snow-covered peak, it is a sign that you are nearing Cappadocia. I can't wait to see what it has in store for me.
Well, it's 4 o'clock in the morning. It's cold, but the weather looks good. It might be good for ballooning. Meeting my old friend Ismail. Here he comes now. Hey, Ismail.
Hi, Joey. Hi, old friend.
It's just before sunrise, and I paid a visit to my old buddy Ismail Koremeglu. He's an avid balloonist such as myself, and he has set up his own company that takes guests on a hot air balloon ride over the unique terrain of Cappadocia.
So we're here?
Yeah, we are set up.
Okay.
If you are ready.
We're ready. So this is the spot, huh? This is so beautiful.
We decided to come here because we checked the wind. It's going
That direction.
This direction is north,
Yeah.
and the wind is going to the south.
Okay.
It's very slow, but I think this spot will be better for us today to take off.
Before we start, however, we must find out the wind conditions. Meanwhile, at the launch site, eager guests await the inflating of the balloons. Ismail graciously put a table with light snacks and coffee to help us survive the cold weather that often accompanies early morning flights. Before you know it, the roar of the burners soon fills the air. Not only that, the sun is starting to rise together with the half-inflated balloons. The passengers can now get a full view of the grandeur that awaits them. If you notice, Ismail's balloons are a little larger than normal. That's because it can accommodate up to 22 passengers in one flight.
So it's just like boarding an airline. They're boarding now. This is the regular Airbus 380.
And since there are so many passengers in the basket, a pre-flight safety briefing is necessary to ensure that everybody knows what to do and what to expect during the 1-hour flight. A few more bursts of the burner and they are airborne. As the balloons climb, the chase crew hustle as well. It's amazing to see so many balloons in flight here in Cappadocia. Every day, there can be as much as 80 balloons in the air.
Look how many balloons there are today flying. It's almost like a balloon fiesta every day. Look, all the chase crew are trying to anticipate where the wind is taking them, and everybody is ready. All of them do this every single day, and they know exactly where this wind is taking their balloon.
They are also in touch with the pilots to anticipate any changes in his chosen landing spot. An hour seems to have passed so quickly. As I look up, Ismail's balloon was coming in for a landing.
So it's coming down really slow. going to try and hit the spot, and we will support him by taking care of the balloon once it gets on the ground.
And what a landing it was! It almost descended straight into the chase crew's trailer.
Bullseye! I don't mind chasing for Ismael if he always lands this way. With this kind of weather, with this kind of view and landing spot, there's no other place on earth that you can find a flying place like this. It's still early. They're packing the balloons, so there's plenty of time to explore Cappadocia.
After a quick debriefing, Ismael waves goodbye to his passengers. Another day's work has gone for him, and it's not even 8 in the morning.
So, George, did you see our flight?
I know, it's fantastic, huh?
No, okay. Then do you want to fly tomorrow with us?
Would love to. I hope we keep the fingers crossed
Yeah,
that the weather is the same.
We'll be tomorrow then. With a private balloon, just 2 of us.
Great.
Okay.
Coming up on Asian Air Safari, we see how world-famous Turkish carpets are made and an underground city that you have to see to believe. Once his flights are done in the morning, he has the whole day to himself. So after his flight, he invited me over to his house to hang out. It was such a pleasant surprise to see Ismael's house. He is really a true outdoorsman. He gave me a tour of his yard, which contains his balloons. He also has a lot of dogs, which he uses for hunting. Lastly, he has a
What do you
pet
have there?
that took me by surprise.
Have a look.
Not gorilla.
Come on, guys.
Oh, okay. What are these? Nice chickens. Oh my God, you have a peacock.
The interior of his house boasts of his many hobbies. We are so alike in so many ways.
Are you like me? You like motorcycles as well?
This is my motorcycle.
What do you have?
I have this one.
Yamaha.
This is your room. You see? Wow. This is gonna be your room.
Great.
You have your bathroom, everything in.
You know, I eat a lot, Israel.
No problem. This side is also during the cool days. We are sitting here watching around.
You're very lucky, Ismael, to have a place here.
The basement is all my territory here. This is for wild boar. It's a real
Yes.
toy.
Wow. That's from the wild boar.
This is one of the wild boars.
Oh my God. I have to see the whole boar.
You know, this is, you see the wild boar here?
Yes.
I shoot the boar, and this badge, they are giving this badge to the person who shoot the biggest boar. And then, if you shoot another one bigger than mine, then I'm giving it, passing it to you.
So now you still hold the record.
Now I'm holding the record.
I needed to see this boar with my own eyes. So Ismael took me to his office to show me the picture. Lo and behold, it was indeed a huge boar.
Are you sure this is not Photoshop, Ismael?
Definitely not.
Right between the eye.
I didn't believe it. I mean,
And how many kilos?
250 kilograms.
250 kilograms. That's big. Very interesting,
Asia,
huh?
Yes, I mean, this is what we have here, all the facilities where we live. And now, as you know, Cappadocia means the land of beautiful horses.
Horses, yes.
So,
I like horses.
Yeah, me too. And because we finished here, let me take you to my friend's farm.
Okay.
And there you'll see all the horses.
Yes!
Before that, if you excuse me for a few minutes, I'll change. I'll come and join you.
Okay.
Okay?
We'll see in a while.
Okay,
I'll
thank
wait
you.
for you here. Wonder what surprise this will be. He's got so many surprises. We have so many things in common. You look very good in it, huh?
Ismael knows that I love horses, so he offered to take me to a local horse farm to to see what the famous Cappadocia horses look like. Cappadocia is also known as the land of beautiful horses. It got its name because a long time ago, this plateau was filled with thousands of wild horses. There are not much wild horses now, but thankfully, there are these horse farms that take care of them and breed them so that their numbers never dwindle.
Looks very nice.
Ne oldu güzel çocuk? Adını ne koydun? Zenan mı?
Nice. Nice legs, huh? Nice eyes.
The horses were more majestic than I imagined. Looking at each horse, I can tell that each one of them has a story to tell.
So here are the stables here with all the horses inside.
Wow, very
You can
nice.
see, you can come here, you can choose one of them, and then you can go.
Nice, nice horse. You know, when their ears are down, that means they're ready for you. So I'm careful. He might bite me. He's the stallion here that breeds.
The horse farm is a great place for the whole family. Parents take their kids to play in the spacious gardens. There are even little animals that they can play with. The mood of the place is very relaxing, with fountains providing soothing sounds for everyone. I recommend this place to any horse lover out there.
Thank you very much.
You see the horses also?
Thank you for everything, huh?
So I think you have many things to do today, and there are many things to see in Cappadocia. But tomorrow, 6:45, I'm taking you up with my balloon.
Yay!
What a great ride.
I'll be there for sure.
Okay, then see you in the morning.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Turkey is known for its world-class carpet, and we're here at the Urgup Carpet Center to learn how they're made.
It is said that Marco Polo admired Turkish carpets very much, and for good reason. Turkish carpets are the most sought-after household item in Turkey. It is customary for guests to take off their shoes when entering a house. The carpets provide protection and comfort for their feet, as well as a very interesting piece of artwork. The best carpets are typically hand-spun. Carpet makers gather the silk cocoons and boil them in water to release the small fibers that make up the carpet. These fibers are woven into threads that are spun by hand. Machine-woven carpets are very tightly spun. And while this may seem like a good thing, it makes the carpet very brittle and thus making it break easily. Hand-spun carpets are less tightly woven, thus making it a lot stronger and more durable. Naturally, this increases the time it makes to make one single carpet, and therefore also raises the prices. Hand-spun Turkish carpets only use natural dyes. This is to prevent the carpet from bleeding while they are washed.
This is the room reserved for us, George.
Wow, it's such a big room.
Yes.
Now I'm getting scared. I might have to buy so many.
You may fall in. You can
The
play.
carpet showroom is a place where buyers can see and feel the carpets firsthand. There are carpet rollers that toss and flip carpets with precision.
Even the wool
Yes.
changes colors, huh?
Of course they do.
Wow.
Good quality carpet, good quality material. Always has carpet has a pile and counterpart.
How much is something this size?
This size, including the shipment, delivery, everything, 3,500 euros.
The carpet master then explains the material of the carpet as well as the price.
Well, technically, Turkish carpet differs by knotting system. In Iran, they use single knot called sene knot.
Okay.
So they twist the knot only one weft, and the other one is left loose. But in Turkey, both ends is knotted.
Okay, so
you
two
can-
knots is Turkish.
It's double knot, yes. We
Yeah.
call it double knot or Gordian knot. It is also called.
Okay.
Any other country's handmade item. You know.
It's a certain
Respect.
artistic character of the person.
Exactly.
This is silk on silk, the proud of the country.
Ha, you can tell the difference.
Contains 1 million knot per square meter, and when you look at it from one end to other, they change their colors and tones. These are the strongest carpets to be made.
Wow.
And here's another one that takes 18 months to complete by 2 girls.
I think totally different the way you make it,
Exactly.
huh? Wow, lighter shade again, huh?
And people call them magic carpets sometimes.
Exactly. But if you don't have a flying carpet, I have to go.
Okay.
Woohoo! And that's the flying carpet.
That's the flying carpet.
I have no choice.
Okay.
So Arif here is going to show me how to get this carpet to fly. He will be my flight instructor. Arif. Wow. Now, let me try that. Like that. Okay, got it. It flies very low. I won't buy it. Can I have my card again? I want one that flies very well.
It is also worth noting that bigger does not always mean better when it comes to carpets. There are carpets here that take years to finish because of the craftsmanship involved, but they are only the size of a small rug. These carpets are logically more expensive than the rest. The sun is setting fast, and there is still so much to see here in Cappadocia. Our next stop is the underground city of Kaymakli. One of the characteristics of Cappadocia is having plenty of underground cities. It's rumored that there are more than 100 of underground settlements in the region, and many of them are not open for visits. The underground cities, which have been used since the Bronze Age, used to be a settlement mostly in the Byzantine period. In this period, increasing invasions forced the local residents to build underground cities for protection and religious purposes. This particular underground city is one of the biggest discovered so far. It has tunnels that stretch for kilometers. To make matters worse, these slides that you see here have only been installed recently.
In the 5th century, when Christians felt there was danger up above the ground, they would use these underground cities to hide from danger. And when they felt everything was safe, that was the only time they went up. Look how tight this place would be. And in the past, there was absolutely no light. Can you imagine? People would guide the whole group and keep them there. And they wouldn't know how to go out. And they kept this secret from one generation to the other.
Since people have to stay here for weeks on end, these underground tunnels have to include amenities such as kitchens, bathrooms, living quarters, and yes, even cemeteries. Air in these tunnels can get quite congested. That is why the tunnel builders included many air vents that stretch out into the surface. These vents provide precious fresh air deep underground. Just how deep are we? To illustrate just how far underground we are, I will climb the steps all the way to the surface. What makes this climb even worse is the fact that it is very tight, which makes it easy for people to panic due to claustrophobia. Also, a full-grown man cannot stand up straight while climbing these steps. One must hunch over and continue to climb. It keeps going and going and going until finally...
I thought I'd never see sunlight again.
Coming up, my very own hot air balloon ride over the fairy chimneys of Cappadocia. Stick around. Finally, the day has come for me to take my hot air balloon ride over Cappadocia. But since we are only taking a small balloon, we did not need to go to the launch site at sunrise. This gave me the chance to explore some of Cappadocia's famous fairy chimney.
These structures are actually called fairy chimneys, and you can find them all over Cappadocia. And there's an interesting story about how they are made.
Fairy chimneys are odd rock formations that vary in height from a few feet to the size of a building. It is formed when a big chunk of volcanic rock falls into the softer material known as tuff rock. Through the years of erosion, the underlying tuff rock breaks away while the stronger volcanic rock remains intact. The results are these formations you see here. It is truly one of a kind. We will get to see these fairy chimneys up close from the air. But first, we have to meet Ismail at the launch site.
You even have coffee for us, right? Ismail has planned everything. Cookies and coffee is ready. He chose the best spot for me. He even ordered good weather for me. Ismail, you're such a good host.
Thank you.
Ismail is busy getting the balloon ready for us. I decided to take Father Mike with me since it is his first flight on a hot air balloon.
Joy, are you sure you know what you're doing?
Father, you were the expert in the Bible and the Old Testament, but now this is my turf. So, just stand there and relax.
After a quick burst from the burner, we were airborne. If you thought Cappadocia looked good from the ground, the view from the air is simply stunning. What were once very large fairy chimneys were transformed into small stalactites in a very wide cave.
Ismail, I wouldn't even attempt to fly this low here. And if you were not flying, I would certainly ask the pilot to start going up. What do you think of the place?
The place is like being in an other planet. And aside from being exciting, I find it prayerful.
Oh,
Because
okay.
the beauty of the environment here reminds me of creation.
From up here, you can see Turkey's neighboring countries, such as Iraq and Syria. Don't worry, the chances of landing there are slim to none. I did bring my passport though, just in case. Words cannot describe how it feels to be this high over something so beautiful. The tranquility really puts everything into perspective. Down below, the busy life drones on. But up here, you realize that some things are better than work. If you are one of the lucky ones like Ismail, he mixes work and relaxation with his everyday living. This makes for a good combination. With Father Mike, this was his first time to be so high up in the air without distractions. This was a moment of prayer for him. For me, among hundreds of balloon flights, this has got to be one of the best. Being in a beautiful country with amazing friends make me realize how lucky I really am to be here. Work and relaxation. Cappadocia has the uncanny ability to blur the lines between the two.
This has been your captain, Joy Roa. See you in our next Asian Air Safari.
Tune in next week for the final episode of our Turkish adventure. We will end with a bang as we explore Turkey's most famous city, Istanbul.